Hi friends, in our previous sections we have seen the overview of the course. We have discussed what is Docker, what is Kubernetes, Kubernetes and what you will achieve after completing the course. From this section we will start our practical. Before starting the practical, I would suggest that you download the attachment given with the course which contains all the necessary information to perform the practicals including the commands. Once you have the document downloaded, you can start with the practical. So first we will start with how to install Docker on Ubuntu 22.04. So first let's verify our operating system. As you can see that our operating system is Ubuntu and the version is 22. Now what happen if I type Docker and press enter? As you can see that it is saying that Docker is not yet installed. You can install with these commands. But we are not going to use these commands because it is showing me unofficial packages. So these are unofficial packages and we are going to install Docker with the official packages. So let's see it step by step. So first we will update the libraries of the operating system if there are any outdated libraries present. You can perform this either using sudo or using the root. Now we will see if there are any unofficial packages installed, then we will remove it. So we will run this command which will remove any unwanted packages present into our system. So what this command will do, it basically checks if there are any unofficial packages already installed, then just remove it. Okay. Now we will also remove the data directory which we need to remove it manually. So if there are any data of Docker, then we'll remove it. So we'll remove it from where lib Docker directory. Okay, I don't have any data, so it won't be removed. Now we will install all the pre-required packages for the Docker. First, we will install CS certificate, CURL, and GNU PG. So, as you can see that it is already installed in my system. Now we need to add the Docker's official JPG key. Okay, it is already present into my system, so it is asking me to overwrite it. I will say yes. And we have to set up the official repository to install the Docker. Okay, as you can see that we have completed all our pre-required steps to install the Docker, and now finally we will install the Docker engine. So this two library is a Docker core library. This is the Docker container runtime, and these are the two additional plugins. So basically you can say this is Docker engine and this is Docker runtime. In Docker runtime, we will run our Docker images. This BuildX plugin is nothing but this is a build on the top of build utility which provides some additional features compared to the Docker build command. And this is the Docker Compose plugin. This is most important for us because we will perform all our upcoming practical using this plugin. So let's install it. So now we are starting with our installation of Docker. Okay, so it is asking me that it is going to install this many packages. I would say yes. Okay, so now the Docker is installed in our system. Suppose now if I type the Docker command, I can see the output. The options available with the command. But we are not done yet. Suppose if I run like this Docker run hello world. Okay, I will get an error for the permission denied, right? Because the current user, the current user do not have permission to run the Docker. So we have to give permission to our current user to run the Docker. So what we will do is that we will add first group Docker. So you can see that we are adding the group Docker. So it is already present into my system. So it is saying that it is already exist. So we have added the group Docker. Next, we will assign this group to our user. So here is the user mount command and I am assigning the group Docker to current user which is Sagar. Now if I run the id command, I can see that the user is Sagar and have the permissions of the Docker group. Now to take the effect of this, I need to run the command new group Docker and then if I again press, you can see the group Docker is now available for the user Sagar, right? So I need to run all these post installation steps after installing the Docker. Now if I run Docker run hello world, so it is saying that okay, image is not present, so it is downloading the image and then it has run it. So we are done with the installation. See you soon in the next section. Hi friends, in our previous session we have completed the installation of Docker. From this session we will start our practical, and this is the most important session because in this session we are going to cover all the key concepts of Docker. We mainly focus on the frequently used concepts and widely used Docker commands. Once you know all this basic stuff, you can perform any kind of advanced infrastructure setup using the Docker. So, in this first example, we will cover what is Docker network, how to create a Docker file, how to use Docker Compose command to build and run Docker images, what is Docker images, how you can search for Docker images, what is Docker context, and what is Docker volumes. Then we will see how to build a single stage and multi-stage Docker file, and finally we will see what is Docker containers. So let's start our practical. The first thing is to create a private network. So we'll first create a practice network. Then we will use this network in all our services. So to explain the Docker network, we will see the example of cloud. Whenever you start your infrastructure setup in any of the cloud like AWS, DigitalOcean, Azure, Google Cloud, the first thing that you have to create is your private network. It is your virtual private network. Either it is a VPC or VPN, that is virtual private cloud, or it is virtual private network. The terminology depends and differ cloud provider to cloud provider. However, in the very similar way, for our local system, we will first create a Docker network, right? So let's create our Docker network. So as you can see that we will use Docker network command to create our network. Let's try to understand the command. Docker network create, and the driver is bridge. This driver allows the Docker containers. This driver allows the Docker containers to communicate with host system. Second, this is a subnet. In subnet, we are defining the range of IP addresses, which means that all the container which use this network will get their IP addresses from this range, and this is the gateway of the network. So let's create our network. So as soon as we create our network, we will get the one ID. We will keep it safe for our future reference, but otherwise it is not necessary always. Now our network is created. Now we want to see that using Docker commands. So Docker network command. So when you type Docker network and press enter, you can see all the available options. The create we have already seen. Now we will see that our network is created or not. So as you can see that our network, practice network is created. These three are the default network. So we don't touch this. We will always deal with this our practice network. So we have created our Docker network, and we will use this Docker network in all our upcoming practical, right? So see you soon in the next lecture. Bye bye.